Welcome back. We are covering 25 mistakes billionaires have made. The bigger the baller, the bigger the mistake. And this week we're covering number 3, Mukesh Ambani. And before we get started, if you do me the huge honor and favor of clicking the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you happen to be listening or watching this content on, I greatly appreciate it. Lets the platform know that it's appreciated and helps them distribute it to other like-minded folks. And again, we're covering number 3, Mukesh Ambani. He basically inherited, he and his brother, some family-owned businesses in India from their father, and then he actually had a settlement where he gave part of the communications to his brother Anil, who failed miserably apparently. And so that's not what I want to talk about, though. But what I want to talk about with Mukesh, and the jury's still out on this, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up is that in your quest to grow your business and become relevant, and at the end of the day you want to make some money as well, the question you've got to ask yourself is, do you want to be loved or feared? And I can't answer that. I can tell you that in my younger days, I was pretty atypical and pretty forceful and kind of a bull in a china shop. And I think I've, stated that, or basically gotten that under control quite a bit as I've matured and had kids and been married. And, but I can tell you this, this question comes up with him. He has quite a different perception depending on who you ask, right? In India and also worldwide, right? But do you want to be feared or loved? And I think that he's a little bit of both, and probably more feared. Again, getting on his bad side, I guess. I've read different things about him where people won't even make decisions to, regarding their career without his blessing, that or have been let into his inner circle. So, again, you have to ask yourself these things, because again, there's mistakes that people do make. And again, we may not have seen this happen, but there's a couple of reasons I'm bringing this up with him, right? If something happens to him, if you're that type of leader where you rule out of fear, when you exit, or if something happens to you, I typically have seen, big examples where either a division or a group or a team, will fall apart, and people will jump ship, at the first sign of that happening, right? And so you've got to establish this. I'm not dictating which way you should go, but I think it's probably more effective to use the honey and to, inspire people versus being feared. I think that just long term, it's way less energy to inspire people than it is to, provoke fear in them and lead by that way. So that's the biggest thing I wanted to point out with Mukesh in terms of what that looks like. And again, I don't know for sure, but again, as you're growing your business, I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake to lead in fear, which is why I'm bringing this up, and just kind of challenging you to reassess how you're viewed and how you're running your company. I think long term it's going to be more damaging and do more damage. And I don't think that you're going to be leaving and putting your thumbprint in a positive way, the way you really want to at the end of your days, if you rule in fear. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you would do me again the favor of clicking the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you happen to be watching or listening to this on, I greatly appreciate it, and we will talk to you at the next video.